Hi, I'm Kylie, and I am your mother. You listen to me.
Hi, I'm Shandy, and my oldest son says scary stuff isn't as fun when you have a Halloween mom. Womp womp.
Aww. Hi, I'm Craig, and my mom's haunted. Our mom's haunted.
Our mom is haunted.
We need to get her on for some stories.
Yes.
That would be fun. Anyway, this is Seance with My Siblings, Haunted Mom's Mother's Day Edition 2025.
Welcome to the seance.
Those interns.
Yeah, this
need
is
a
why they're not paid.
We have something coming. There's something
Ooh,
coming.
yes.
Our 1 year podiversary is coming up, and we have something special in store for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go somewhere cool as fuck.
Oh,
Cool
yeah.
as fuck.
Haunted.
Haunted as fuck.
We're also doing a giveaway.
Woo! Pew, pew, pew.
So, we will have some details coming for that on our social medias, which you can follow us on Facebook, you can follow us on Instagram. I just wash
Try to
wash
rush.
wash
Wash, 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 wash.
you
Wash
can
your
follow
sister
us.
sauce.
Yes.
Yes. TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
Seance with My Siblings
Yeah,
are the
everything
handles.
Seance with My Siblings. You can also send us your ghost stories
Yes.
or strange encounters.
Send me your haunted dolls.
Yes.
Pictures.
Yes.
Send them to seancewithmysiblings@gmail.com.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Bet.
Join the seance.
Join the seance.
Bum, bum, bum. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Anyone have any ghost updates?
I do. Okay.
Ooh.
So I was at an antique shop, where I live.
And where I live.
In where I live. And it's a super old house that kind of just like sits alone, surrounded by other businesses. When I first went into this antique shop, I could immediately feel just like such a high energy. It's also attached to a greenhouse. So that probably also plays into that. But the first time I went, I was just kind of walking around, just like seeing everything, and I went upstairs to a doll room. Or at least there are more.
Don't tell me about
There are more dolls than like it's like it focuses on dolls basically.
Okay, so it's like doll themed.
Yeah,
Doll
yeah.
room.
Mhm. Along with like other just like miscellaneous like things. And that room freaked me out, but the room right across with mannequins freaked me out even more.
Ooh.
And like when I first was like leaving the doll room, there was a Raggedy Ann doll.
Haha,
And
yes.
there were like a couple of them. There was like this old looking doll, just like old vintagey little dolls, and like there were like the bigger dolls and like Barbie type dolls.
Okay, so just like a bunch of
just
dolls.
like a variety of dolls. And they were in like these dresses and just super
weren't all
spooky.
naked?
They weren't all naked dolls. But then I went over to walk into the other room and I stopped in the doorway. Because
The
there was
mannequin
the mannequin room.
Okay.
There was such a presence that was like, I don't know about this. Maybe you don't want to come in here. But
Ooh, spooky.
me, being a
Like,
silly goose, I was like, I actually do want to go in because there is definitely this energy, and I want to kind of maybe see what it's attached to.
You're like, I better fuck around and find out.
I'm gonna fuck around and find out. I have my black tourmaline on, like I'm
I'm
grounded. I will sage after. Not their space, but myself, obviously. I'll like come in like no. But yeah, there were like 3 mannequins, they're all like dressed up. And they just have, or it's one mannequin in particular, it's the one in the middle. And
It's always that bitch in the middle.
Yeah, literally. She has like this hat on, and like her face is done. Like it's not
Like
just
painted?
like a, yeah, it's painted. It's not like the stereotypical
Like blank.
face mannequin. None of them
Right, she has,
are
like-
actually.
They're like old mannequins that used to look very human.
Yeah, exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Yes, they're very human-esque, not blank face mannequins. But like it just felt super kind of dark, just like a little, but mostly just such a strong presence that it was kind of like suffocating presence, I guess is the best way I would describe it. But yeah, that was my first interaction with them. The second time I was with a guy and we went up there and we were walking around the antique shop, and in my mind's eye I saw this mannequin like look at me.
No. It's like,
Yes.
I know you.
Yeah,
Scary.
like exactly. It was like, you have been in here before, and like the first time you came in, I told you not to come in, basically, type vibes.
And you're like-
And I said, fuck it anyway, because of course I did.
That's how Craig's work.
Yeah, exactly. But like, this time around, it didn't feel quite as heavy. But the mannequin, like, acknowledged me, which wasn't great. Or it could have been like,
Or it's like,
okay.
I thought before we would have a problem and then we didn't, so we're cool.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, hello, I recognize you.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's exactly what it was. But yeah, that was spooked me. And like,
That is
I ran out
spooky.
the room. I was like, nope.
What did the person do that was with you?
He followed.
He's like, what are you
Well,
doing?
I first off told him like that little bit of the story. He was like,
So
okay.
he had...
Yeah, he like had
backstory.
backstory. And yeah. And it was like,
Okay.
I was definitely getting the same vibes from that corner. So I was like, okay, yeah, bet. But yeah, that's my ghost update.
Spooky. Mannequins.
I like them.
Yeah, they're wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
I posted a TikTok with them in it. It's
Oh,
like
yeah, I
the
saw
antique
that.
shop one.
Why didn't I see that?
It's very...
It's like kind of in the end of the TikTok, but
I'll have to go look.
It
yeah.
looks like a cool little space.
it is, yes.
Yeah.
But you can go
Field
see
trip.
it. Field
Field
trip,
trip.
yes.
There's
that would be
an-
so fun.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
For all
Yeah.
of us to, we just need to go to all the antique shops, honestly.
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes. There's an episode of Doctor Who where the mannequins come alive and it's like super stressful. Anyway.
Yeah.
I used to watch a show called Today's Special, and it was about a department store. And, like, the window dresser would be there at night by herself, and, like, the male mannequin, I think that woman's name was Jody, and the male mannequin was Jeff. And he had this magic hat, and then when Jody would put it on his head and say the magic words, he would come alive.
It's giving Frosty
bet.
the Snowman.
It is.
Jody was hot. She's this beautiful black lady.
Okay.
The magic words were hocus pocus, alamagocus.
Oh my god.
And there was
That's
a night
hilarious.
security guard that had a cat named Penelope, and I believe the cat was like a real cat, but Sam Crenshaw, the security guard, was a puppet. It was like a huge puppet.
Okay.
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 Like this huge mustache. He was, and like no eyes, like his hat was like pulled down, like
Oh
one
my
of those
gosh.
puppets.
Okay. Okay.
It was
I
so
can-
fun,
I
and
can
he was always
visualize
trying
it.
to catch the mannequin moving around.
Ooh.
It was so fun.
That sounds wild.
Isn't that weird? Like when you have like this, oh yeah, I still remember way too much from that show. Why do I remember that? I was like 4.
Literally.
Anyway.
That's wild.
It must have really stuck with you
It
then.
was, I loved that show. And I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think there was like a ton of episodes. I think it got canceled pretty quickly.
Sad day.
I know. Anyway,
Do
I have a
you-
work
yes.
update haunting.
Yes, tell us.
Okay. Last week, I think it was on Tuesday. Yeah, it must have been Tuesday because it was before morning meeting. I was hurrying to heat up some food before the meeting, and we have like a kitchen that's kind of in the middle of a huge group room, and then there's a hallway and a conference room. And it's pretty isolated in the morning because no one is there yet, and all of the offices on the hallway next to it, those people don't come in until later.
Okay.
So I'm just there minding my own business, and I hear a deep man's voice go, "Boo." And I'm like,
That is funny. That is funny. That is a
It
ghost
is
with a
hilarious.
sense of humor.
I know. So I turn around and I'm like looking, and the lights are all like on a motion sensor. So the light in the hallway was still off. The light in the group room is still off. So I look and no one is there. And when I got to our meeting, I asked the only man in that hallway, I asked him if he heard anyone or saw anyone. And he has a distinct voice. This was not his voice. His voice is not as deep as this guy.
Okay.
And so later on in the week, I think it had to have been Thursday, I'm in my office. It's like midday, and I'm doing stupid notes, and I hear, "Hey."
Oh.
And I'm like, dude, really? Hello?
Bro.
Are you going to say anything else? And yeah, and my door's shut. Like, there are 2 men down that hallway, but it doesn't sound like them, and they are running a group in the building across the street. So it's just me and my friend, who's female,
Okay.
in that hallway right then.
That's
Ooh,
fun. That's
I
a nice
know.
ghost.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Nice.
We can be friends.
Love to see
I
it.
love it when they
Yeah.
have like a sense of humor
Yeah.
and they're fun with
Did it sound familiar, like, from anyone that you don't work with, or like anyone that you know, or is it just like a passer-througher?
I think that I don't know yet.
Okay.
More discovery needs to be
Yes.
discovered.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So I'll probably bring some equipment to work and just see what happens.
Yes.
Yes.
All my coworkers, they know me. They will not be surprised. I'm like sitting in my office with some dowsing rods, and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, don't worry.
It's
They're like,
nothing.
sounds about right.
I'm like, do you want to see my ghost box?
Hell yeah.
I
That's
brought the dead bell.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Yes.
so that is my ghost update.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like a cool guy.
I'm
It
excited
better
to
not
hear-
be whoever messes around in the bathroom and sets off the paper towel machine. It better not be him, because that's... Stay out of the bathroom when I'm peeing, please.
He's like, go piss, girl.
I'm like, you better pay for this. Only my OnlyFans get to see this.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
funny.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, shitballs.
That's okay.
That's
all good.
okay.
Anyway.
Maybe it's
Anyway.
just kidding. I was gonna say it's a ghost, but
No, I
it's
think
not.
it's just that this
That's
does
tape.
not stay.
Yeah.
We can cut this part out.
Well,
Or leave
Or leave
it
it
or
in.
leave it in. It's only a few seconds.
Anyway.
Except if my butt's facing the camera.
LMAO.
That's only for OnlyFans too.
Yeah, that's only
It's a
OnlyFans.
teaser.
Oh my god.
All right.
All right, y'all.
You starting
We're
us
talking-
out, Craig?
Yes.
Yes.
Talking about ghosts. Haunted ghosts.
Haunted
moms. And their ghosts. Okay. So this story is called My Mom's Ghost is Haunting My Electronics.
Oh no.
Yes. By organic_towel_1363.
Slay.
Yes. Hello. First time caller, long time fan. This Reddit user starts out with, I'd like to start this story by prefacing that my mom passed away 6 months ago today. It was sudden, slightly unexpected, and happened only 2 weeks after my daughter was born. She was deeply paranoid about technology and was a lifetime pack-a-day smoker. This will be important later.
She probably has a distinctive voice.
Yes.
Okay.
Or, okay, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, you're good. Or like smells or
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The haunting started shortly after her drawn out wake and burial. Little things like the ladle flying out of the pancake bowl every time my son and I made pancakes, easily brushed off, but we still just assumed she was saying hello. Fast forward to a week or so later, aside from the baby, the dog, and the cat, I'm home alone, with all the fur babies and babies.
Yes.
Yes, that was me, sorry, I just had to say it. I greet my husband and son at the door, and we all take the baby into her room. As I get ready to lay her down on the changing table, I notice a long piece of what appears to be the type of dust that falls off the ceiling fan. You know the one. Yeah.
Okay.
We all know.
As
Womp
as I lean in to brush it off, I notice it's cigarette ash that looks like it had been freshly flicked off a cigarette.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
On the fucking changing table. Mom,
On
really?
mother. She was notorious for not flicking it until it was
she did
outlandishly
this.
long.
Oh,
Yes. Surprisingly, the thing that weirded us all out the most was the fact that this changing table sits where my mom's old bed was when my parents first moved into this house.
Shit.
Yeah. We joke often that on another timeline, she's still alive sitting in her bed smoking a cigarette. However,
Very safe to do.
yeah,
Does never start fires.
never. Could never. However, starting in the middle of the night last night and running into today, my Alexa and my Google Home kept randomly saying, "The light is off." When I first heard it, I thought maybe my son or husband were silencing an alarm and she just misheard them. Today, it's just a sleeping baby and I in a completely silent kitchen and it's still randomly happening.
Ooh.
I checked the activity on both devices, nothing. I attached pics for reference. Yeah. Anyway, I have a lot more spooky stories and overall just cool stories about her, so maybe I'll use Reddit a little more often. Have a great day.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Okay, what do y'all think about that one?
I think that's sweet.
Yeah. It's probably... It seems like it's her.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't seem like it's anything bad or like anything like that. She's just
No.
saying hi.
And she's
Hi.
like recently passed, so she's still kind of like maybe not ready to go on her next adventure. She wants
Yeah.
to stick around and see her grandbaby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I would feel so cheated if I died when my grandbabies were
Yeah.
just little.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, mm-mm,
Like the fuck?
I am staying. Excuse
yes,
me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Okay. So this next one is by fit_combination 4626. I keep seeing someone that looks like my mom around my house. It's not her.
Oh, I hate that for you.
Yeah. This is one of the most terrifying things that's ever happened to me. Yeah. I'm a teenager and it's just me and my mom in the house with our 2 dogs. This is a story from last winter, but I'm posting it on here because it started to show up again.
Ooh.
And my mom even started seeing it again as well. Spooky. I hate it. Last winter, it was yeah. Okay. Last winter, it was around, I want to say 12 a.m. And like I said, I'm a teen, so I'm awake at night a lot doing my own stuff. I was by myself and I started hearing some banging in the kitchen, like cups falling. And this is not my or my mom's first time with spirits speaking. I grew up in an extremely haunted home that it got so bad we had to move from. I heard the cups, and I'm usually not the person to investigate, but nothing weird had happened in a while, so paranormal activity didn't even cross my mind. Fair. I opened my door and peeked out into the hallway, and I see what looks like to be my mom. Standing in the corner of my kitchen, I had the view of her back, but what was really strange is she was all naked. This looked exactly like my mom. It had her body figure, her hair, her sun tattoo above her tailbone, and everything.
Yeah.
Period.
Was she born in the 80s like me?
Hell yeah.
So we all be having those tramp stamps.
As y'all should. Period.
Don't want to get lost in the orgy, you know.
Never.
Oh my gosh.
Could never. Yes.
That was the rumor of what they were for.
Oh yeah.
That's
Did you
funny.
know?
I did not know
That
that.
makes sense.
That's funny.
silly.
Yeah, you would get a certain, your own unique
Mark.
tramp stamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that people would know who they were intercoursing from behind in an orgy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you guys know? I don't remember the German word,
Oh.
but translated, they call them ass antlers.
Oh, I love
That's
that.
hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Ass
Ass
antlers.
antlers, which I like a lot more than tramp stamp.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
more fun.
It is more fun.
Ass antlers.
Ass antlers.
Okay.
Oh man.
I'll look up the word because I can't remember what it was.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love it.
We'll
Yeah.
need to find the word.
Leave it to Germans
Yes.
to do that.
Right?
That's so
Fun.
silly. I love it.
a lot of the a lot of their like phrases are really like fun and poetic actually.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true.
Other languages have such fun things. Anyway.
Anyway.
Yes. Obviously, I was thinking, why is my mom standing naked in our kitchen at 12 in the morning right now?
As you should be wondering.
Yeah. And this person or whatever was so visible that I literally thought it was my mom. It was there for a good amount of time, just not moving at all.
Ooh.
Yeah, no.
I hate that.
It's one of the worst encounters in my life. It still freaks me out. It wasn't shadowy at all. It was the most visible thing I have ever seen.
Like a solid human.
Yeah.
They thought it was their mom.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Like the tattoo is visible.
Yeah.
That's
Which
so
is so
bananas.
wild. And like, yeah. Yeah, that's scary. It's the scariest encounter they've had in their lifetime. Still freaking me out. It wasn't shadowy at all. It was the most visible thing I've ever seen. And all the lights in the kitchen and living room were on as well. Yeah. Thinking it was my mom, I just said the words mom, confused on what she was doing. And I swear you not, from my mom's bedroom next to me that's right across my room, my mom's voice says, "What?" from her room with her door
it.
cracked.
I love it. It's so
It
good.
is so good.
The last split thing I saw before I just launched into my mom's room was it turned around. I didn't see its face or anything.
Oh, that was my first
because
question.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck no.
Ow, come on.
Literally. Because I bolted into my mom's room freaking out so bad. I'm usually used to seeing that freaky stuff. Because like I said, growing up in a old house, but this was just so different. I was bawling in tears, freaking out. My mom got a crowbar or something from under her bed.
Pop off, Mom!
She sounds metal.
Yeah.
And from under her bed and went to see if anything was there. And the person was gone. I slept in my mom's bed that night. Yeah,
Yeah.
as you should.
Oh, I love it. I mean, I'm sorry. That sounds really scary for you.
Yeah, but it sounds like a good time to live in your home.
Mom, why are you being such a hoe? Like, why are
you standing in the corner
standing
naked?
in the corner? This is weird. Are you
If she were
on
gurning.
Ambien again?
Oh my
Not
god.
Ambien.
The Ambien nude kitchen time.
Yes, everyone knows.
Everyone. That's not a very niche and personal thing. No.
No.
No, it happens a lot. If you hear Ambien stories and
They're
if
always
they sleep
naked.
naked, they're always out and about,
Cooking.
naked in the house.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
bloody hell.
it's just gonna.
It's
just-
okay. Yeah,
Bye.
there you go.
Anyway.
Now, this is where my mom's story comes in.
Ooh.
Yes. About 2 days later, I was still so freaked out by what happened. I was literally still sleeping in my mom's bed. She is still freaked out by this story and doesn't ever like to talk about it. But she did tell me once it happened because it scared her, or once it happened because it scared her so bad, she said she woke up in the middle of the night and her bedroom door was cracked. And the hallway light was shining in her room a bit, which was strange because she shuts the door every night. This is where it gets really terrifying.
Ooh.
She then says that she looked over on my side of the bed, on her left, and saw what looked exactly like her. Again naked, crawl into bed with us
No.
on my side of the edge of the bed. Nope.
Nope.
My-
We gotta help you get rid of that.
Literally,
you need to get
that
rid of
sounds
that. That is
not
rude.
great. My mom couldn't move and said it felt so real. It was facing the opposite side of her, facing the wall, laying on its side, and she couldn't see its face yet. She
Ooh.
said she could move her hand and she was trying to shake me awake in tears, but I wouldn't budge. She doesn't remember anything that happened after that, but she was scared out of her mind all
Sounds
day,
like she just passed out.
Yeah.
Just her brain's like, nope.
Nope.
as
Noped
everyone does.
out.
Yeah. She was scared out of her mind all day once she woke up. When I first heard this, I thought sleep paralysis, but still scary as hell.
Oh no, my
That
knees are
she-
squirting.
Oh no!
no!
The squirting knees. She saw exactly what I had seen a few nights before, looking so real. Fuck no.
To see yourself crawl
Like,
into bed with yourself.
That is nightmare
please.
fuel.
Absolutely not.
No.
We are not
Fuck
fucking
no.
doing this tonight. But
Absolutely.
it sounds like she could only move her hand.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
Like, it was sleep paralysis situation, and it was just like, whatever that was, just fucking with her.
It sounds like the thing that was in my mom's basement
Ooh.
in the Springville house.
Spooky.
That is a scary one.
That is a scary one.
That one just needed to go.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We don't like things that mimic. Please stop doing it. If you're a ghost and you mimic.
And you listen to this podcast.
Those aren't just harmless ghosties.
No, they're
Those are
something
something
else.
else.
Yeah.
Non-human entities.
They're like, oh, this is how we're human. No.
Yeah.
This is how
No,
humans
that's
look.
wrong. You're doing it wrong.
There are more than just one human that looks the same.
Yeah.
That is the same. Yeah.
Twins are a thing.
But yeah. Ew, I hate it. And then they're just standing against the wall naked.
Ugh.
They're like, this is
Not
what humans
looking
do.
at her looking at
Naked.
you.
Why
Ugh.
naked? Like, are
They
you
couldn't get
shitting my dick
clothes.
right now? They couldn't.
They couldn't.
They're like, I don't understand this clothing thing. This seems dumb. I'm just gonna be naked.
And if they're like a actual solid thing and not like a ghost. Like,
Ew,
ew.
that's even worse.
Yeah.
Eh.
And they just don't know. So they're just naked.
It's like some sort of interdimensional entity that
Yes.
can just come and go as they please from our reality to theirs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Grody.
Huh.
I hate it.
Gross. So sorry for you, friend.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
If by some weird chance you hear this podcast, let us know
Yeah.
if this thing's still bugging you.
Please do. You
And
can
we'll-
send...
We'll
help
wrangle
you out.
it for you.
Yeah.
If you do, send that information to seancewithmysiblings@gmail.com where you can send all your ghost stories. Anyway,
Yes.
sometimes...
Go
Sorry.
Craig.
Go
Pop off.
Craig.
Sometimes after that, we would swear that we would see her for a split 2 to 3 seconds standing in random places in the house, usually her doorway or in her room. No. Whatever the thing is, it doesn't wear any clothes. We hadn't seen it since the winter left, but now it's back, and I don't know if it had to do with it being around Christmas, because that's when weird stuff starts happening. Where we used to live was always around October, and then got worse
When the
around
veil
Christmas.
is thinning.
Yes, that is, my house bemes way more
Ooh,
active
yeah.
in the fall through until the,
Like February.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then it gets pretty quiet in the summertime.
Yeah.
So that sounds right.
Yeah.
That's
It tracks.
Well, yeah, they all do that. Yes. But we hadn't seen this lady at our old home. My mom thinks... Sorry, that was like abrupt. Ooh, not that. Sorry, I read ahead a little. It's her... My mom thinks that maybe it's her fault because when she was in her 20s in college, she did a Ouija board.
Oh, no.
Ouija board. Yeah, with a couple college friends.
That's not it.
It doesn't do that.
Well, and this
Well, it
thing
could.
is probably lurking and waiting for you.
Yeah.
This sounds like it was maybe already there at the apartment
Yeah.
or house
Or
whatever.
something.
Yeah. Because if it wasn't at your house before and it just started, or it followed her home from somewhere, who knows? But
Yeah.
if it was like from college, it would have made itself known.
You would have known way
before now.
Before that, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They're patient, but not that patient.
Yeah, they want to get to spooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Craig.
No,
Keep
you're
going.
good. And had a terrifying experience where it had a connection with her. Let's just say it got so bad the words "no" on the board wouldn't burn in the end. And all her friends who did it still have weird stuff happening to them. Like, okay.
Okay, so the
I mean,
main
I guess.
stuff was happening after
It-
the Ouija board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just need to let Craig tell us the whole story.
I'm not going to get into her story, but if you'd like, I can tell you guys more with
Yes,
a different
we
post.
fucking
Yes!
Okay.
Yes, we want to hear that.
They made the post because yesterday morning me and my mom heard scratching on our carpet from the hallway when we were the only ones home and our 2 dogs were sitting in their beds 2 feet away from us.
Ooh.
Same morning, my mom proceeds to tell me she has seen the naked lady again, but only for a split second, but she swears that it looked like her. I'm just terrified I'm going to run into her any minute at night again.
You need to talk
Yeah.
to it and be like, this is
Like,
inappropriate.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So in stories where like things like look like other people but you never see the face, I've heard stories where like they turn around and it's just like void. Like the face is just like void.
Yeah. So the mimic that was in my mother's house, it had her face, only like scowling and angry and scary looking.
Ugh. I hate it.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Yeah, that's scary.
That is scary.
I am sorry for that, friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you find someone to help you, or you figure out how to get that thing away.
Yeah.
I don't like it because it's scaring you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was like felt nicer, I'd
Yeah.
be like, whatever.
Like crawling into the bed, randomly appearing.
Gross.
That's
Facing
don't
the
do
wall.
that. Yeah.
Like, that's not...
You
That's like
wanna-
things to scare
Yeah, you
you.
want to
Yeah.
say hi? Cool. You want to hang out? Cool. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's intentionally like
Being,
I'm
A
gonna...
dick.
yeah,
Be
they're
a
just being
ghost.
rude.
yeah.
Exactly.
Very rude. I'm sorry. I hope you
Yeah.
guys get that resolved.
Yes.
Yes.
We could message them and be like, hey, maybe try
you-
these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have some suggestions.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good plan.
And if you have a local coven,
Yeah.
Yeah.
call
Reach
them.
out to them. They can help.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
that was
All right.
good.
Yes.
That was good. That was a good one. That was eerie.
I know,
Yeah.
and we should see if they need some help.
We really should. I'll have to, like, see if I can...
Yeah.
It
message
depends on
them
how
some-
long that
Yeah,
post
how long-
It was like a year ago.
Oh.
Okay.
It
So,
might
like,
still be
maybe-
worth reaching out. It might.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Good plan.
Good plan.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, my turn? Okay. Okay. This is a story by Pete Inesk from yourghoststories.com.
Hi, Pete.
Hi,
Hi,
Pete. My mother died November 10th, 2005. I've always believed in ghosts. I've never seen one, but I have had many things happen to me that would involve a ghost. After my mother died, November 10th, my grandpa gave me her jewelry box so I could put it in my room. Before I went to bed, the jewelry box started playing by itself. So I got up
That's sweet.
and looked at the box, and the button or whatever it's called wasn't turning.
That sounds
I think
right.
it's still sweet, though.
It
like,
is-
that
yeah.
That's just like saying hello.
Unfortunately, they started to get scared.
Oh, no.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I started to get scared since the jewelry box doesn't play without someone opening the top.
Sure, that would be. If you weren't used to stuff
Unsettling.
like that happening, it would be scary.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought that it wouldn't happen again. But I was
Oh, no.
wrong.
Your mom has a sense of humor, doesn't she?
February 3rd is my mother's birthday. Again, that day before going to bed, the jewelry box started playing by itself. Same thing happened as the first time. The button wasn't turning behind and the top wasn't open. That time I was surprised because it had happened 2 times on 2 special days.
Oh, that's really sweet. I'm sorry that you're scared, but that's really sweet.
That is really sweet. It's really sweet. On Mother's Day, I was again sitting in my room, and before I went to bed, it started playing again. That time, I was freaked out. It had happened 3 times the same year and on 3 special days. The day she died, the day of her birthday, and Mother's Day. I can't explain what happened, but I do think that it's a sign that she's watching over me. Since November 10th, 2005, every 3 special occasions, Mom's jewelry box plays that melody.
Aw.
I love that.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's actually
That's so
really
sweet.
sweet.
It sounds like maybe they're not scared of it anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Probably like initially they were.
Oh yeah, that would
Right.
be weird.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the first time you'd be like, what?
Like,
Yes.
Why?
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 Yeah. I thought that one was sweet.
That
was.
is really sweet. I love sweet stories.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
the paranormal isn't evil or scary.
No.
Generally.
Generally.
Generally. Not always.
Yeah. So this story is by Louis Porras on yourghoststories.com. This story takes place around 10 p.m. When
not
I was
3.
not 3, 10 p.m.
It can happen at any time.
Anytime.
They can come whenever they want.
That's why I always joke I'm a daytime ghost hunter.
Mm-hmm.
The mannequins were in the day.
The mannequins were in the day.
Most
A
of
lot
my
of things I
experiences
see.
happen in the day.
In the day,
Yeah.
yeah. It's actually very rarely at nighttime,
Yeah,
now that I think
honestly.
about it.
They're like, this bitch
Damn.
needs her sleep. We will not bug her.
Oh my
and I'm
God,
like, don't
so
bother
kind.
me. I'm
Yeah.
I will get rid of you if you
Yeah, if you wake me up in the night,
I will end you.
Obliterated. Yeah.
They're like, okay.
They're like, oh my god, okay, jeez. Yeah.
Basement ghost? No.
Yeah.
sounds like we've had some considerate ghosts.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
it's okay. No, it's okay. The story takes place around 10 p.m. When I was a teenager, around 2001, there isn't much to the story. It's not fantastical, but it freaked me out and left me wondering what the heck just happened. The rooms that are important to this story are the kitchen, my mom's room, and the family living room. From the family living room, you can't see directly into the kitchen, but the couch is facing that direction so you can see when someone leaves it, if there is a light in it, and if someone is walking from it and towards the family living room. Another thing is you have to pass through the family living room to get to four of the 5 bedrooms. My mom's room included. My dad was asleep, my sister was asleep, my mom was in the kitchen cleaning up, and I was in the family living room when this event occurred. I had just gotten out of the restroom and saw that my mom's room door was slightly open as there was a little light coming from her room. I could hear her cleaning up in the kitchen though. I sat in the family living room to watch TV. After watching TV for about 10 minutes, my mom comes walking from the kitchen wearing a blood red nightgown, one I had never seen before.
Woo. Just getting the lingerie out.
Yeah.
When kids are still awake. Not normal.
No.
I don't think. Anyway.
I thought blood, like, it was
It was like
bloodied.
drenched.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no, mom.
Mom!
No, it is the color
It's-
red.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. She had also left the light on in the kitchen. She walks past me without saying anything, without making a noise, and without even glancing at me or anything. She opens her door, walks into her room, and leaves it slightly open. I think nothing of it and continue watching TV. When 5 minutes later, I see the light in the kitchen turn off, and my mom comes walking from the kitchen wearing her usual white nightgown.
Much more appropriate for children being awake, yes.
The one she always wears. She says she's going to sleep as she walks past, opens her bedroom door, and closes it behind her. I'm sitting there in disbelief.
I love it.
And what happened? I was expecting her to scream or come out running because there's someone in her room, but I hear nothing. I stay in the family living room for another hour, so I assume she just went to sleep. I've never told her about it, but I've told my wife and her family. I don't think she would believe me.
That
These-
is fun.
Yes.
These mimics.
I
Oh,
know.
they're wildin'. They are wildin'.
They are wilding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There do be a theme. A wee little theme.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. You have seen your mom, but what,
I haven't. No.
Oh,
I've heard.
you've
her,
heard.
But Xander and my ex-husband have
Okay.
seen her.
so what would you guys do if you saw your mom, but not your mom? Mimic mom.
I think it depended on what the situation was, what the energy felt like. But when it scared Xander, I didn't have the same arsenal I do now, but I did my best and I prayed to the goddess to get this thing away from us, and I used salt and just other things. This was the early 2000s. This was
Yeah.
like 2006. So it's not like there was a lot of good information on the internet, but I just kind of did what I needed to do. And
That
it
supernatural
helped.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know where the body was.
Yeah.
It was afraid of me after that, and it left Xander alone, but it kind of tormented my ex-husband.
Okay.
But, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not sorry.
What would you do, Craig?
Oh. Yeah, it would depend on the situation and, like, I guess what it did. Because, like, there are some situations I could, like, maybe think it was mom. Like, if it was, like, acting normal. But if it was, like, doing weird shit.
Or that it wasn't trying to scare you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it was
Just
just
like,
if I just saw it, like, walk or something, like, walking away or something like that, I don't know, I would just think it was mom. But if it
was naked,
scary,
standing facing the
against
wall.
the wall, I would be like, Mom, what the fuck? Like, Mom. And it would be scary as fuck. And then Mom would probably answer from her room, just like that story, and I would be scared as fuck. I would run.
And then go get Kylie and
And
Chantel.
and then I would...
And then we would cleanse the space.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tell it to fuck right off.
Yes.
Respectfully fuck off.
Yeah. No. Absolutely fuck off.
Absolutely. Okay, I have
What
one
would you
more.
do?
Oh. I would determine, I guess, the level of threat. And then go from there.
Yeah.
If it's just, like, straight chillin', okay, vibe if you want. But if it's, like, actively trying to be a menace, then
we're like, no.
Yeah.
Coven, unite.
Yes.
I just wouldn't like that it looked like
Yeah, I
someone.
wouldn't like that it was
I don't
mimicking.
think some of them realize how freaky that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't.
But some definitely do. I think
Yes.
it depends on what it is and what its purpose is.
Yeah.
True.
I'm just thinking now, like, the mimic I saw of Xander, I didn't see its face. It was from behind. It was, like, sitting...
Do I
In a
know
chair.
this story? Oh, was he in this living room?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, so... I don't know if I told this on the podcast? Anyway, I'll give a brief run-through of it. I got home from school, and it looked like my nephew Xander was sitting in the chair. He was wearing, like, a green... collared, like, striped
he had
shirt.
one.
Yeah, like, it looked just like him, like, from the back, like, his little, like, spiked hair. Yes.
This was elementary school
Yes,
Xander.
elementary school Xander. Very cute. And as I, like, approached, and I was like, hey, Xan, it just disappeared.
And you're like, oh, fuck.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, they just be
Yeah.
wild, but see, I don't feel like that was
didn't-
scary.
It was scary.
wasn't.
at the time, but
Yeah.
like now looking back, you're like, oh, it didn't.
Yeah, it was just...
It wasn't
yeah.
Oh, shit,
meaning
she saw me.
anything.
Yeah.
It's just vibing,
Mm-hmm.
living its life.
Doing whatever it do.
This is how humans sit in the
Yeah.
chair.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've seen this human here before.
This is normal.
No face, huh?
Well, not that I saw. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I
Fun.
just saw it from the back.
yeah. That would be, as a young person, I think I would have been scared.
Yeah, I was. I was, like, pretty young still, too.
Yeah. Because you were. Let's see. Xander was born in 2005, so you're not too much older than him compared to how much older I am than you.
Yeah, I feel like I was still, like, maybe, like, 5th or 6th grade or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Not, elementary age.
Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a scary time.
Yeah. No, it was probably middle school because I
I
got
was
off
going
the
to
bus.
say you
yeah,
had
yeah,
to have
yeah,
been
yeah.
in middle school. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay, sorry. One more story. Uno más.
No, nice.
My mom's house is haunted by Substantial Row 9496 on Reddit. My mom bought a house 3 years ago, and I've stayed there multiple times, but a few weird things happened to me, my brothers, and the family dog.
Poor puppy.
Oh.
So she lives alone for the most part. My stepdad works out of town at least 2 weeks out of the month, so it's usually just her and the dog. One time, I came to the house super late. It was 2:30 a.m. I went out with a few friends and had some cocktails. I got home, jumped into the shower, and brushed my teeth, my usual routine. The bathroom wow. The bathroom is between her room and mine, so I was a bit concerned about making too much noise. I got into bed, and as I was scrolling on TikTok for about 5 minutes or so, out of nowhere, I hear someone walking, but the steps are loud, and you can hear it due to the hardwood floor. I immediately thought I immediately thought I woke my mom up, and she was pissed about it, and as she has to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to work. So I close my phone and pretend to be asleep. When out of nowhere, the door opens loudly and someone walks into my room, stomping the hardwood floor.
So they're like, oh, I done pissed
I
mom.
fucked
Yeah.
Oh
Mom
my
is
God.
gonna eat my soul now.
Yeah. Initially, I thought it was my mom, but given that I was facing away from the door, I just pretended to not move. And it was silent and quiet for about 2 minutes. After that, the stomping started again and closed the door loudly. But during those 2 minutes, I had a cold feeling, which I can feel again through my body as I type lists. I couldn't even move, though I wanted to. Something was telling me, don't turn around.
Don't turn
Ooh.
around. Sorry, Ace of Base.
It's a banger. The next day, once my mom came back from work, I apologized about waking her up and being so loud. She was confused, and she didn't even realize I was out late. She said she didn't barge into my room like I thought she did. This was confusing to me, since she was the only other person in the house.
She's like, surprise, wasn't me.
Just a ghost.
just a ghost.
Or something.
Or something.
Yes.
Someone else was mad.
Yeah. She's like, you woke me up! She went on to share the weird things that happened around the house. At night, sometimes there's loud steps in the living room, as if someone was dancing all over the floor. But when she checked, no one was ever there.
Huh.
On top of that, there were times that the dog would be barking at the wall and eventually would run up to her and try to get into bed, almost crying as if trying to get away.
Sad.
Poor baby.
She can't leave the house, and since she has a strong personality, eventually things didn't matter as much to her, and she learned to cope with it. Till this day, other things have happened. Now, when I sleep over, I always hang out with the family dog and even share my bed with him. Laughing emoji.
Cute.
That's fun.
The end.
That was fun.
Huh. I don't like that the dog is scared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sad. Poor
And is the
baby.
dog the one with the strong personality so it can't leave the house? Or is
Yeah,
it the
that's what I
mom
was
with the
thinking.
strong personality that can't leave the house?
I think what they mean by that is, like, she can't, like, move.
Oh.
Because she goes to work and stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know people are always like, move! And it's
Yeah.
like, you can't just pick up and move. That's so expensive.
It is so expensive and time consuming, and it's
Takes
not just
a ton of planning and yeah.
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 All right. Here we go.
Ooh.
My turn. This is from Ms. Capri 888 and it was posted 10 months ago on Our Hauntings.
Ooh.
My mom passed away in 2019. Since then, my mother's best friend, who is basically my second mother, who has always had intuitive dreams, has reached out to me and my siblings, one-on-one in multiple instances to make sure we are okay after dreaming about us. Most recently, I was going through a really hard time a few months ago and was crying alone in my apartment at like 11 p.m. Mountain Time to my dead mom about how I wish I could just talk to her and get her help, and said out loud, should I call Stephanie, my mom's best friend? And the next morning, 7 a.m. Eastern time, I got a text from Stephanie, my mom's best friend, saying she had a dream about me 3 nights in a row, and that 3 nights is her rule. If I dream about you 3 nights in a row, I'm reaching out. All to say, mama powers are 100% real, and they extend to stand-in mamas too.
Period.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah,
That is
that is so sweet.
I love Stephanie. She's like, okay, if I dream about you once, I'm on guard. If I dream about you twice, I'm like,
I'm getting suspicious.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on? And 3 times, it's like, okay, that's it. We're talking.
Yes.
What is
Period.
going on? So sweet.
Very
That is
sweet.
sweet.
Yeah.
This is from Matt V.
Nice.
A story about my mother. My mother and grandmother have always stood by that this is a 100% true story. Dude, you don't need to convince us.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
believe
We
you.
believe you.
My mother is American and moved to Australia in the 1980s, where I was later born. My mother's parents stayed in the U.S. One night in the late 1980s, my mother was really homesick. She had a dream that she was standing in the bathroom of her childhood home, where her parents were still living. She was brushing her teeth when her mother walked past the bathroom door, stopped, and asked, "Mary, what are you doing here?" My mother turned to look at her and then woke up. Still in her bed in Australia.
Ooh.
Several minutes later, my mother got a phone call from my grandmother. She said that she was calling to see if everything was all right. She said she had walked past the bathroom and saw my mother there, standing there brushing her teeth. When my mother heard her, she turned, looked at my grandmother, and disappeared.
Holy shit.
Was someone astral projecting?
Maybe,
Someone's
probably.
projecting.
That's so wild.
I know. That's a cute
That
story.
gave me, like, full body
Yeah.
chills, though.
Yeah. And, you know, you're just in your bed minding your own business asleep in Australia when you have a dream about your childhood home.
Ooh.
That's
Then
so
your mom
bananas.
calls. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is wild. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
It's a good one. This is the last one I got.
Yeah.
And it has a picture.
Ooh, we'll have to put
Yeah.
those into the video.
Yeah. So this is from MRW015. My mom's restaurant is haunted and she doesn't want to go back to work.
Uh-oh.
Period.
Period. The end.
Full stop.
Okay. I've never been a believer of ghosts or anything paranormal for that matter, but this is something that isn't sitting with me right. When my mom told me the story of what happened and she sent me the picture of what she saw, my heart honestly skipped a beat and I have been unwell.
Oh my gosh.
So my mom works in a hotel slash restaurant up in Wisconsin. I live in Georgia. Anyway, the restaurant is closed Sundays and Mondays, and she was covering for someone on the hotel side until 11:30 p.m. She was cleaning up and was going in and out of the restaurant because that's where the coffee is, and she replaces the coffee every couple of hours. So the lights were still on. I'm guessing they mean in the restaurant.
Okay.
Even
yeah.
though it's closed. Except for coffee.
Except for coffee.
Yeah. Well, she was just watching the cameras because she was expecting 2 check-ins, and all of a sudden something caught her eye from inside the restaurant.
Ooh.
She immediately called the guy that was going to be working starting at 11:30 to see if he can come in right away, and was going to lock herself in her office because it apparently shook her to her core.
Ooh.
So what she saw scared her that much that she felt unsafe. The guy came in 4 minutes later, I guess because my mom was going to have a heart attack. This figure, it's in quotations, was still there, and even the guy who just came in saw it on camera. So when they went into the restaurant, nothing was there. So I guess they got brave and teamed up and was like, "Okay, we're going to go see."
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
you
yes,
do.
yes.
They looked everywhere, and when they went back to look at the camera, this figure was gone. I feel bad for my mom. I don't know what it could be, but it looks creepy as shit.
Ooh.
Sorry, they said, but it looks fucking creepy as shit.
Yes.
Fucking creepy as shit.
Mm.
It is fucking creepy as shit.
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh.
Nah.
I know.
Spooky.
Spooky pooping. It's like,
Is
what?
its chest, like,
Yeah.
glowing?
Maybe it's wearing white.
Maybe it's
or
wearing
glowing.
white.
But, like, there's shoulders,
The face is, yeah, that's bananas.
You can't really see leg or...
Yeah.
It's sitting at the table.
Oh, you can't, yeah, it's like
Sitting at a table.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's
that's
interesting.
scary.
It's like, it looks like its chest is illuminated.
Its chest
Yeah.
is like something going
we'll
on.
add the picture to the...
Yeah. It's just the same picture.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
That is...
Holy shitballs.
Oh.
But how would you feel if your mom told you that and sent you those pictures of her work?
I'd be like, hell yeah, let's go
That
out
would
there.
be so cool, yeah.
I'd be like, good picture.
Yeah,
Right? That's a good one.
That is a good
Fuck yeah.
one. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the ghost pictures I've seen look very...
It's wild.
Like, it's just so cool, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. That's a good one, too.
that is a good one.
And I guess the mom, like I was reading down in the comments and people were like, whoa, and they're like, well, my mom doesn't even work there anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
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 That's wild.
Ooh, that is wild.
Yeah. Haunted moms.
Haunted moms.
Haunted moms.
Or moms haunting.
Mom's
Haunting moms.
haunting.
Mom's
Yeah.
haunted.
Yeah.
Everyone's haunted.
Everyone's haunted.
Yeah. Happy
Oh,
Mother's
Happy
Day.
Yeah, happy
Mother's,
Mother's
Day.
Day.
Give a hug to your mom, stepmom,
Bonus.
step-in mom,
Yeah.
bonus mom friend.
Yeah.
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 All the mother figures in your life.
Yes.
Let them know that you care
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and that they're doing a good job.
They
Yeah.
are doing a good job.
Yes. And if you're the mom/mom friend/ step-in mom, slay.
Slay.
We love your haunted ass.
We love your haunted
Yes.
asses.
And we have socials.
We do have socials. We have a TikTok.
At Seance with My Siblings.
We have an Instagram.
At Seance with My Siblings.
We have a Facebook.
At Seance with My Siblings.
Please share your ghost stories with us to our Gmail.
Yeah. And if you're still here listening, our year mark is coming up and we have a really special surprise.
We do, yes.
It's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be a good time. Our Gmail, by the way, is seancewithmysiblings@gmail.com. That's where you can send your ghost stories to. Yeah.
Yes.
We have a Tumblr and a Bluesky. And
Go and post your memes
Yes.
on all the social medias.
feed
like
us
interact.
your
Yeah.
memes. We're starving.
And I want to see your haunted dolls.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And if you share some stories with us to our email or really just anywhere on our Facebook,
we will send to you
a treat.
a treat.
treat.
Shandy will take it into her fingies. And she will put it into a box or an envelope. And she
mail it
will
to you.
mail it to
Yes.
you if you tell us where she should do that to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
everyone wave at the microphone.
Bye.
Bye.